What is up, McManusMMA fam? So we are going to go over the UFC Qatar Arman Tsarukyan versus Dan the Hangman Hooker. Full card, we're going to break down each and every single fight, starting with the very first fight in the early prelims here, and we'll make our way all the way up to the main fight. And I will give my thoughts on every single fight. So starting off the fight night, we've got Merrick Bulio versus Denzel Freeman. Um, Listen, the only research I did was on Denzel Freeman for the most part because he fought a lot in LFA and then he did PFL for a while, so I was able to watch some of his stuff. All of Merrick's junk, he's Polish guy, so I don't really give a shit. So he was fighting in a bunch of weird ass leagues. Um, but from what I've seen, I'm going with Denzel Freeman on this one. In all of his fights, he just looks like a formidable opponent both on the ground and standing up. Um, he's able to control the ground pretty well and secure takedowns if he wants to, and he's also just he's a monster standing up. So I'm gonna be going with Denzel Freeman on this one. I think that he'll be able to control the fight and kind of state the pace for where he wants this fight to be. If he wants it to be on the ground, they'll go to the ground. If he wants it to be standing, he will stand. So I personally think this is gonna be a knockout. Not only because these guys are heavyweights, these guys are fat asses, but like I just think that this is just not a blob fight, but there's gonna be some blobbing that's gonna happen. I think he's just gonna land like a really heavy left overhand that's gonna put Merrick down. I'm gonna say in the first or early second round. That is my prediction for this first fight. Moving on, bro. Let's go. Shamrock versus Nurlio Alviev. Is this the? No, this isn't him. Dude, I want to go with Shamrock so bad. Because he trains with Patty. He's a fucking baddie. That's not a good impression. I'm trying. I'm really trying to work on that one. I can't get the Scouse accent down. I've been listening to too much SD Kid, and it's just not been helping, honestly. You think it would? Listen, I want to go with Shamrock so much so he can at the end go, welcome to the Shem Show. I really want him to do that. I want to see that. I just think I think this is the mini Khabib. Everybody was talking about that. This guy's just like mini Khabib. Am I right to say that, or am I thinking of the guy? There's another guy on here who fights like mini Khabib. Maybe I'm thinking too far ahead, but yeah, I'm pretty sure this dude's just like a mini Khabib, and this dude's an absolute beast. Aliev, that is. I want to go with Shamrock really bad, but I think that Aliev's gonna get this one done. I'm gonna say probably by. Man, I might go decision. I think this is gonna be a decision fight. I think unanimous decision. Um, I want Shem to win this fight. I really do, but you know, listen, man. I just I, I can't. In my heart of hearts, I just can't have Shem win this fight. So I'm gonna go with Nurlio Aliev on this one to win by unanimous decision. Moving on, we've got Ryan Loder versus Ishmael Nardiev. Um, this is tough. I want, dude, USA like all the way. I want him to. Yeah, I don't know. I think I kind of want, dude, but I don't know. This is tough because Asmat Bakayev absolutely knocked the block off of Ryan Loder in their last fight. So coming off of that tough loss, and you know they kind of haven't really fed Ishmael anybody that good. Yeah, he won against Bruno Silva, but every single person who's good uh, in the middleweight division beats Bruno Silva. Like, congrats, buddy. Uh, and he lost the unanimous decision to Ju Young Park, which isn't great, but that dude's just like such an inconsistent fighter. Like, I don't know what to say. So I think coming off of this bad knockout loss, Ryan Loder is going to be at a disadvantage here. But I'm interested to see if Ishmael can like. Oh, excuse me, I'm so sleepy. Um, I'm interested to see if that he can, be able to not suck dick, like he did against, in the Bruno Silva fight. Which, dude, congrats, you beat Bruno Silva unanimous decision. That's actually kind of embarrassing that you only beat him unanimous decision. Most of these dudes dude, Bruno Silva's on like a 35,000 fight losing streak, bro. Like, I don't rate that a good win, and the Ju Young Park loss unanimous decision isn't a great look either because that dude also gets his block. Like he's just that dude's a inconsistent ass fighter, bro. So I I'm gonna lean towards Ryan Loder on this one only, but I can't fully lean towards him just because coming off of this really heavy KO loss, he might be more chinny. Something might happen, something might happen. So I'm gonna lean towards Ryan Loder on this one to win by decision. Or you know, dude, I don't know. I don't know, man. This is tough, bro. It's tough predictions, but I'm gonna be leaning with Ryan Loder on this one to win by decision. I'm going by decision. I'm going by points. I don't know, man. I'm going by points. Moving on, we've got Beksat Almakhan versus Alessandro Topuria. Listen, this I'm not gonna dick ride Topuria like everybody else is. Bro, he beat Colby Thickness by unanimous decision. Congrats. You beat Colby Thickness by unanimous decision. I guess, bro. Congrats, but like, dude, he also like this is a little bit is dude. This is tough because Beksat also like I know he fought Umar and rocked Umar. Um, and like, dude, this is such a tough fight. Like, I can't just go like I'm going towards Topuria because he's related to Topuria and he trains with Topuria, and they have almost identical boxing styles. They both lean in and out the same exact way, and they both finish each one of their combinations by leaning towards their right. I believe they duck down to their right. So if I've been watching YouTube Shorts and I know this information. So if Beksat has been watching some YouTube Shorts and has seen the same YouTube Shorts that I have, bro, he he's gonna be able to poke some holes in this man's game. So I'm interested. I think I will lean towards Topuria. No dick riding because, as you know on this channel, I absolutely despise Ilia Topuria because he is a villain and he's evil. But I'm not gonna like full confidence because most of these guys that I've seen are like full confidence. I'm going with Topuria to win by knockout. Topuria is gonna win by knockout. He's gonna knock him out. This isn't this. Calm down, guys. Settle down. Settle down. I'm going with Topuria, and I'm gonna go by knockout as well, guys. I'm sorry. I know I just made fun of everybody for saying that, but that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Unless Beksat just catches him right where he needs him to catch him, then this is me total. The fence sitting here is crazy, bro. I'm bouncing on the fence right now. But yeah, dude, I don't know, man. I don't know. Um, yeah, I think that I am gonna go with I'm gonna go with Topuria. I'm going with Topuria, and I'm going by knockout. Just because I want this to be entertaining, not because I actually think this. I'm gatekeeping my actual thoughts because that's how powerful I am. Moving on, we have Rafael. Dude, you guys got me fucked up. Rafael Kisera versus Abdul Rahman versus Yakiev. I'm going with Yakiev on this one. I'm going with Yakiev. Take a look at what our boy Rafael has been up to. He's been getting his ass knocked out, bro. Fucking Modestus Bakauskas knocked his ass out. Ebo Island knocked his ass out. And he lost to, what was it, Julius Walker? Bro. Oh, congrats. You knocked out RDS, bro. He knocked out, oh my days. Oh my days. He knocked, and I know, Yakiev had a really impressive win in the Contender Series. So I got to go with Yakiev here. He had a really great, like, nasty KO, like 30 seconds into the first round in Contender Series. So this dude's also for the plot armor of the win streak, 7-0. I'm going to go with Yakiev here. I think this is going to be a submission or a TKO. I can see a TKO happening where he sits him down with a takedown and then just puts him against the fence and just, like, 10-6 elbows him. But I'm with full. This is a lock. This is a lock on my part. I know that the odds also agree with me. I don't know. You can't see the odds here, but I have them written down. The odds from when I last checked, it was minus 2,500 for Yakiev and plus 900 for Rafael. I don't know if it's changed, but yeah, I gotta go with Abdul Rahman Yakiev. I'm going with him. I'm going with TKO or a cheeky submission. That's my prediction. Moving on. Oh my days, bro. Oh my gosh. Alex Perez. You know it's gonna be a bro. Alex Perez is fighting. It's gonna about to be a barn burner. Yo, Alex Perez is fighting, guys. Um, li- listen. He did get knocked out by the goat Tatsuro Taira. Um, he did get submitted by Pantoja. He did get submitted by Davidson Figueiredo. He did he did lose to Mohamed Makayev, but guys, he did knock out uh, Matthias Nicolou, bro. He did knock that guy out. No, I'm not rooting for Alex Perez in this one. I'm rooting against him. I'm going with Asu Almabayev. I know he got his ass knocked out by Manuel Cop. But I just rate his wins better. I think that he doesn't have the losses that Alex Perez has. He doesn't have that kind of. I know that Alex Perez's losses are arguably better, getting knocked out by Tatsuro Taira, somebody who arguably will be, in my humble opinion. We'll talk about him. We'll talk about him in a couple weeks here for when he's fighting next. But he has potential to be a real great flyweight contender, guys. I love Tatsuro Taira. He got knocked out by Tatsuro Taira, loses to Pantoja, loses to Figueiredo, loses to Makayev. These are all high-level losses, but a loss is still a loss, my friend. I know. I contradict myself so much. I can't stay on topic, but I have to go with Asu Amabayev on this one. And I don't think this is going to be a very good fight. I know that I'm also rooting for Asu because he's from Kazakhstan, and that's a hilarious place. Yes, Borat hilarious, but it's also just a hilarious place. I have to go with Asu Amabayev. Just based off of his style, I think that these guys are both jiu-jitsu guys. This is going to be a boring ass, sleepy ass fucking fight. That's why I'm going with Asu Amabayev to win this by decision. I'm going with a unanimous, maybe a 29-28 or 20, yeah, 29-28 decision. This is just going to be a boring ass fight, guys. Prove me wrong, Asu Amabayev and Alex Perez. Prove me wrong, but in my heart of hearts, I believe this is going to be a boring ass fight. So I'm going with Asu Amabayev, 28-29 decision or 29-28 decision. Excuse me, bro. Yeah, I don't care, man. I don't care. Moving on, Nicholas Dalby versus oh god, bro. All these goddamn Chechens and Russian guys. Sajid Izagakmiev. All right, man. Cool. Yeah, I'm going with Sajid. I'm going with him. Not only is he Russian, but this dude's a freak. He's doing chokes I've never even heard of against guys in whatever league he was fighting in. I know he was in one for a while. His last three fights were in one championship, I'm pretty sure. Um, say what you will, but when's the last time that you saw Nicholas Dalby and he got knocked into oblivion by Randy Brown his last fight? I think that he's just going to be really chinny this fight. You got to watch that knockout back. He got nuked by Randy Brown. Seriously, got nuked by him. But yeah, dude, I just think that coming off of that loss in particular, that's gonna hurt, man. So I'm going with Sajid. I might go by knockout just because of how chinny Nicholas Dalby might be. Prove me wrong. I'd love to see him not get knocked out. But also look at the size differences. Nicholas Dalby is 5'9", and Sajid is 6 feet tall. Also, Nicholas Dalby is 41 years old. I'm sorry, old heads, but your time has come. Your time has come. So that's why I have to go with Sajid on this one. I can't go with Nicholas Dalby. I can't, in my heart of hearts, go with him. I think he's going to get knocked out again or submitted. He's going to get finished. I'm going with Sajid by finish, by submission, or by knockout pretty early in this fight. This fight is not going the distance. Moving on. Oh, my days. Bogdan Grand versus Luke Riley. Oh, my days. Listen. Luke Riley also Patty's guy as well, I believe, and he's looking better than Shamrock, bro. I love Shamrock. I want Shamrock to win, bro. We're gonna see so much Patty, and we might see Topuria. We might get another Patty Topuria run-in. I'll bounce this ball off your head, and then Topuria would, whatever he's. I hate you. I hate you. It's me. It's me. Corny. It's me. Gay. Nobody. Only true hardcores are excited to see that. Bogdan, dude, that's such a funny name, bro. Bogdan is such a funny name. Um, he also lost to Muhammad, or no, he didn't also lose. He lost to Muhammad Naimov. In the last time he fought, that was over the summer. Yeah. Dude, I just got reminded that he knocked out he knocked me out. He knocked out Lucas Alexander. When my sweet prince Israel Adesanya got smoked by Imavov, bro. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Luke Riley on this one. This is a Patty guy that I believe in. I think he's gonna knock out Bogdan Grant. I think he's gonna knock out. I think this is gonna prove that the Scousers really do have it. He's young. He's hungry. This is his first fight in the UFC, I believe, and I hope that he can get it done, man. I really hope he can get it done. He's been fighting Cage Warriors for a long time. Um, I hope he can. I hope he can really get this done. So I'm gonna be rooting for Luke Riley on this one. I'm gonna be rooting for him to win by knockout. And that concludes the preliminary card. Jeez, bro. I'm ready for this break to come in, bro. I need to go home and eat some fresh cooked meals. I need to not eat Taco Bell for the 5th day in a row, man. My fat ass needs some real food. All right, moving on to the main card, bro. My my king, Kyoji Horiguchi, bro. People were talking about Kyoji Horiguchi back then, like this dude was like the god. He's been on such like a long break. I think it's almost been like coming up to like a year. He's been on a break. And he looked good in his last fights, and I know he was in Ryzen and Bellator. He looked good in those fights, man. He really did. Um, but Tagir Ulanbekov has also looked pretty good in his last couple fights. The two subs against Nate Menes, and I think it was Cody Durden, bro. Our king Cody Durden, another loss for him. Um, yeah, those were good wins, and then the unanimous decisions. I don't think are bad, but dude, this is a tough fight because I really want Kyoji Horiguchi to win this one. I know he's coming off a break, and I know that this dude was like again. Excuse me, I'm so sleepy. Ugh. People were talking about this dude like he was God, but I think you know what? Fuck it, I'm going with Kyoji Horiguchi on this one. Not only because I love my Nihonjin family, bro. I love my Nihonjin family. I love the Japanese people, and I do not like the Russian people. So, based on that, that is why I'm going Kyoji Horiguchi to shock the world and prove that he's back, that he needs to be in the apex more. That's what he's gonna prove, that he needs to be put in the apex more and more and more. So, yeah, I'm going with Kyoji Horiguchi to win this one. This is gonna be a tough fight. I think this will be a tough fight for him. But I'm going Kyoji Horiguchi to win, and I want him to win by unanimous decision. I want it to be like down to the wire, good tough fight, and then I want him to like close his eyes and think maybe I didn't get this one done. They raise his hand in split decision. That would make him feel good. And that would make me feel good too, because I would see this guy who kind of looks like Jelly. I know none of you know who Jelly is, but there's a gentleman who goes to school with us who we refer to as Jelly. This guy looks like Jelly with a chin beard. Um, that's a niche reference for all my homies that know Jelly. Moving on. Voices in the air. Make it out of here. This is the fight that we have all been waiting for. We have been waiting for this fight. Our GOAT, the future heavyweight champion of the world, Shamil the Blob Gaziev, is fighting. Let's go, bro. Shamil Gaziev's winning this fight. I don't care about anything, bro. Shamil Gaziev is knocking Sergey Spivak's ass out, bro. He is out-blobbing him. I know Spivak's got a little bit leaner of a build. I'm going to burp because I'm thinking about all the food that these fat ass... Ooh, good burger. Oh, excuse me. I'm disgusting. Every time I talk about the heavyweights, I just get so fat and gay, dude. This is... Yeah, I'm going with Shamil Gaziev. He's knocking Sergey Spivak's ass out. We all love Shamil Gaziev. Let's go, bro. Let's go. I'm so excited. I am so excited for Shamil the Blob Gaziev. I don't even want to talk about Sergey Spivak. I don't even care. I don't care about this dude at all. He got he got robbed against Salsa Boy, who I absolutely hate. He got knocked out by Jelton Almeida. Terrorist of the sport. Congratulations, buddy. You're getting chinned and you're getting cut. Got knocked out by Cyril Gunn. Got submitted by Manchin Taibe. and got submitted by Derek Lewis in his last 5 fights. Um, I hope you can hear the sirens going off outside. They're going to pick Service. So, dude, that's another thing. Where this is in Qatar, all you guys in Qatar, because I know I got a lot of fans in Qatar. If there is a takedown is shot or one of these guys gets knocked out, they need to install seat belts to every single chair that they have there. Because when one of these fucking guys hits the ground, boom, the octagon is collapsing. We might be able to feel it all the way over here in America. We genuinely might be able to feel it. These guys are huge. This is an absolute blob masterclass. And that's what we're going to see from Shamil Gaziev. He's going to win by knockout. I do not care. He is winning by knockout, man. He's winning by knockout. Moving on. Another one of my favorite guys. Not a lot of you guys know. This Miktekbek Oralbai. Oralbai, not just because he looks like a pre-human. This dude looks like one of those photos you would see in like your history textbooks. Like, this is what we used to look like. This is what we used to look. I love Oralbai. This dude rules, bro. This dude rules. Tell me the last time you watched this dude fight and you were... I know he got robbed against Rebecca. But that fight was incredible, dude. This dude always puts on a masterclass performance. And that's why I think he's going to go out here and absolutely destroy Jack Hermanson. Again, when's the last time you heard about Jack Hermanson? Oh, that's right. That's when my other GOAT, RoboCop, knocked his ass out in front of me live at UFC 317. Jack Hermanson's chinny as all hell. Yeah, congrats, pal. You fluked a win over Joe Pyfer. You also got knocked out by Roman Dolidze, bro. You got knocked out by Roman Dolidze. That is embarrassing. Oralbai is running through this guy. Look at the age difference. I know there's a height difference. Doesn't matter to my man. This dude is... His training regimen is hunting mammoths and throwing spears. This dude is going to win. This is going to be an absolute beast mode fight for Oralbai. Oralbai is going to win by submission. I think Oralbai is going to submit Jack Hermanson. Or I can honestly see him knocking out. There's going to be a finish for Oralbai. This is an Oralbai finish, 100%. Excuse me, I had to drink water. I got so thirsty thinking about how awesome this fucking fight's going to be. I love Oralbai. This is one of my favorite dudes. This is one of my favorite contenders. I cannot wait to see this dude fight like a really great raked opponent and we get like a great fight. Maybe post-fight I'll give who I think Oralbai should fight after he wins. By finish! Moving on, Alonzo Manafield versus Volkan Ozdemir, bro. Alonzo Manafield, bro. This is light heavyweight. I know, dude, people were... Congrats, buddy. Congrats. You also fluked a win over Julius Walker. Got knocked out by Carlos Ulberg. Got knocked out by the crazy taxi driver, Azmat Mirzakhanov. Yeah, man. I don't know, bro. This is tough, man. So, Volkan also lost to Carlos Ulberg, but it was a closer... It was a unanimous decision. He made it to decision. He also knocked out Julius Walker. Bro, it seems like everybody's knocking Julius Walker's ass out, bro. Julius Walker, is this... What's going on, man? I'm going with Volkan on this one. I think that this is going to be kind of a bum fight. I don't want to put these guys down, but these guys are both strikers. I'm pretty sure they're both orthodox, right? Am I correct to say that? But I hope this just remains... Yeah, they're both orthodox. This is just going to be... I hope this is a crazy knockout. I hope Volkan Ozdemir knocks out Alonzo Manafield. For no particular reason. I don't even know, man. I don't even know. No particular reason. I just hope he knocks his ass out. I don't think there's going to be any grappling in this whatsoever. I think both these dudes are probably just want to stand and maybe clinch a little bit. Yeah, man, I don't know. I don't know. I'm going with Volkan by knockout, man. That's my decision. That's what I think is going to happen. Now moving on to the fights that everybody besides, me, there's a couple other ones that I was excited for. But this co-main event is crazy, bro. This is a crazy co-main event. Ian, I went out there, I put on a bond. My wife's lawyers will be in contact. And then, dude. The thing about Ian Gary, he sucks. That's Bilal. I'm working on my impressions, guys. I'm really trying. I can't do that many guys. I'm really trying. This to me, this is Hitler versus Mussolini. This is the two guys in the welterweight division that I absolutely hate these. I hate Ian Gary and I hate Bilal Muhammad. I hate both these guys so much, but if this is a 3 round fight, I'm going Ian Gary. I'm going Ian Gary. I think I don't want to say I don't want I'm not going to feed into Ian Gary's delusion where he's like, "What's Daddy going to do? Daddy's going to knock out Bilal Muhammad with the left hand." I don't think that's going to happen. I think that this is going to be a split decision. I think that Ian Gary's just going to be able to mix it up better on Bilal. And just be able to stuff some of those takedowns. We saw that he's comfortable in the position where he can just go to the ground and just hold somebody there. So is Bilal. Both these dudes are absolute smudge fests, but dude, Bilal went out there and he proved that he was entertaining against JDM, bro. He proved congrats, buddy. Congrats. No, you just got all your takedowns stuffed. I think in the Pratis fight, if you watch the Ian Gary Pratis fight, you see that he's able to stuff all these takedowns. He's able to outstrike when need be. I think that he's going to be able to mix up the striking a lot better. His reach difference is going to be a big thing as well. His reach and his height difference is going to be a big challenge for Bilal, in my opinion. I think that Ian Gary, he's younger, he's hungrier. I think that Bilal's out, bro. Now that he's no longer fighting for the title, he's out. Even if he wins this fight, there's no way in hell they're giving him a title fight. The UFC hates this guy as much as I do. They're not giving. The UFC wants Ian Gary to win so they can do Islam versus Ian Gary, so they can do McGregor versus Khabib 2, pretty much. Well, 3. But yeah, I also want Ian Gary to win. He's the lesser of two evils. No, actually, that's not true. This dude also sucks, man. The second he wins, he's gonna go out. I went out there. I beat the past champion so well. I beat him. He looked human. Nobody could do what I do. So I don't want to hear that shit, man. I don't want to hear that shit. The second he starts talking out in the post fight, I'm muting the TV, bro. I'm not interested in hearing this guy talk at all. Same goes for Bilal. Dude. I went out there, dude. Ian Gary, he sucks. He sucks. Yeah, man. I think Ian Gary's gonna get it done. I don't think he's gonna knock him out. I think this is gonna be a decision win. This is gonna be a decision win. Probably unanimous. Maybe a close split decision. If this is a closer fight than everybody predicts it's gonna be. Yeah, I think Ian Gary's going to win by decision. Call my bluff, but I think Ian Gary's going to win by decision. Fuck both these guys, though. Moving on. Arman Tsarukyan versus Dan Hooker. Dude, I love Dan Hooker. This dude's an absolute lunatic. This dude's a freak, man. Don't count those chickens, Dan. Keep counting those chickens, Dan. Dude, this is tough because I hate Arman Tsarukyan's zesty ass. I hate him. I think he's so zesty, but I think that he's going to win this fight. I think he's going to get it done. I mean, I think that so does everybody else. But, bro, imagine how fucking awesome that would be if Dan Hooker just flukes a knockout on Arman Tsarukyan. And we just get to just hold our hands up and go, oh my God. That means that Dan Hooker would be fighting for the title before Arman Tsarukyan. And that would make everybody be so mad about that. I'd be mad about that because we all wanted to see Arman versus, we want to see Arman versus Ilya. That's a very interesting fight. We also all wanted to see Arman versus Islam before he dropped out and we had to send in Moicano. But again, Arman Tsarukyan hasn't fought since UFC 300, just so you guys know, after he fluked a victory over Charles Oliveira, where he just, sat there, was just able to remain control. And he would have lost if he didn't pull his own pants down, that freak, that zesty-ass motherfucker, bro. He's had the zesty-ass kicks. Bro, we've got 2 zest fests. Ian Gary's also a zesty motherfucker. I'll talk about that maybe in the post-fight. I just think the fights that I think are the most important to watch here, the one for Dan Hooker, we need to talk about the Gamrot fight. He was able to I know people say that he lost that fight, but he was able to just kind of, anti-wrestle. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know if I'm even making sense what am I thinking, but Dan Hooker isn't as bad as a wrestler as I want to believe he is, but he's going to want to stay on the feet. Arman Tsarukyan's going to just Hamzat Max and just spam takedowns and just hold this guy and smudge victory. As much as, can we just get one round where these dudes just trade shots? Please, can we get one round? First round, please just punch each other's lights out, bro. Please. That's all. I beg of you. I don't know. Dan Hooker, he's coming off of his arm being broken twice. He was supposed to fight Justin Gaethje at 313, which would have been awesome. We would have all loved to see that fight, but This is an interesting fight. I'm interested to see what happens, but I am going Tsarukyan on this fight. I'm going Tsarukyan by knockout. I might go TKO. I think he's going to get him on the ground, and I think he's just going to spam just ground and pound, and that's just going to be the deciding factor. And Dan Hooker's just going to be done. But I'd just like to see one round where these dudes just go blow for blow. Or, it would be awesome. Arman Tsarukyan does that crazy ass axe kick that he did on Oliveira. Congrats, buddy. You fluked a win over the GOAT. I want to see the axe. Could you imagine just dropping clean on Dan Hooker's head and just putting him down? But this Dan Hooker is also a psycho, man. This dude's a lunatic. So I hope you guys are excited for this fight night as I am. I think this is a really, really great fight night. We've got fights in the prelims and the main card that are both super, really entertaining fights and ones that I'm really excited to watch. So let me know your thoughts down below. Who do you think is going to win? What are you excited for during this event? Will you be watching this or will you be asleep? So be ready. Once the fights are over, immediately after, I'll be covering all the fights and my reactions to them. I think that we'll have Jason back on to cover a couple fights that he'll watch on the main card. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. You made it to the end. If you did, drop a like, subscribe, drop a comment down below on how much I'm the GOAT. Pretty much, just leave me some goated comments or leave me comments saying your content is ass, whatever. Do what you got to do. Peace.